Good morning. Welcome to 4th grade Math Corner. This is Module 7, Lesson 6. Our learning target today is, today I will convert capacity to add and subtract units. So what you have to do is you have to look at your measurements of capacity, and then you're going to add or subtract them, but you need to convert them to a different unit. Or maybe convert first, like down here, and then add or subtract them. So let's practice this today. Notice they are all measurements of capacity. So I have taken our conversion charts and put them on the side of my screen. That way it'll help me when I'm trying to convert. So the first one says 5 quarts plus 3 quarts equals blank gallons. So what I need to do, since they are the same, I can add them and then convert to the gallons. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. And these are quarts. So I need to find out if I have 8 quarts, how many gallons is that? So I come over here, here's gallons to quarts. I'm gonna kind of go backwards. So I'm gonna find my 8 quarts. Oh, there it is. And see how many gallons? It is 2. 2 gallons. I could have also said I have 8 quarts. I'm dividing them 4 quarts into each gallon. That is 2 gallons. The next one, I have 1 gallon minus 3 quarts. I cannot subtract if they are not like. So I need to make them like. I can turn my gallon into quarts. If I come over here, 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So I'm going to say this 1 gallon is actually 4 quarts. I'm going to subtract 3 of those quarts. I'm going to go 4 minus 3 equals 1, and they are quarts. I already converted my gallon to quarts, so I just write my answer, 1 quart. If you have your conversion tables, it's pretty simple to do. Just making sure that you are turning them in to what they need to be. Here we have 7 gallons and 2 pints minus 3 pints. So I have some mixed units that I need to convert, or I might just need to figure out how many are there. See, I'm turning them into gallons and pints. So what I need to do, I have 7 gallons and 2 pints minus 3 pints. Here's where it gets a little tricky. If you look here, I only have, that's kind of hard to read. Let me make that better. Here, I only have 2 pints. I can't take 3 away. So I'm going to have to turn one of these gallons into pints. But I don't want to turn them all into pints because my answer still has gallons there. So I'm going to kind of regroup 1. So I'm going to take one of those and make that 6 and turn it into pints. So I have to come over here to my conversion table and look how many pints were there in 1 gallon. So I know that there are 2 pints in a quart, and there are, if I scroll up, 4 quarts in 1 gallon. I'm going to try to figure out, so there are 4 quarts. Each quart has 2 pints. So that means there are, forgot to switch over to my pencil. There are 8 pints in a gallon. So when I regroup my gallon, it is going to add 8. So this is actually 10, I can just erase. This is actually 10 pints. Sorry, my dog keeps whining about playing fetch. So now I have 10 pints minus 3 is 7 pints, and I have 6 gallons. So there's my answer. Notice I had to do multiple steps to find my answer. You may need extra space for those. Here I have 12 quarts and 5 cups, and I want to add 6 cups. So I need to make sure I add just my like units, because here my answer has quarts and cups. So I want to leave quarts and I want to leave cups, but I need to add them if they're like. So I'm going to write 12 quarts, 5 cups. That's this part. Now I'm adding, but I'm adding cups only, so 6 cups. If I add 5 plus 6, that is 11 cups. But if you come back over here, I have to find out how many cups are in a quart. This is really tricky. It's going to take a lot of steps because I have cups to pints, pints to quarts. So I know I have 11 cups. Let's see, 11 cups to pints. So how many pints would that be? There are 2 cups in each pint. So if I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that would be 5 pints, but I would have 1 left over to make my 11, 1 cup. But these are pints, and I need to get them to quarts. So now I need to find out how many pints are in a quart. Whoops. Here, 2 pints are in 1 quart. So let's go back down to my picture, and I'm going to put these 2 pints in a quart, these 2 pints in a quart. Uh-oh, can I put this into a quart? I can't, so I'm going to have to leave them cups, because it doesn't have, my answer doesn't have any pints. So I'm going to take away the pint, and I'm going to leave it 2 cups. So now I look, I have 1 quart, 2 quarts. I'm going to regroup over here, 2 quarts. And now I don't have 11 cups anymore. Now I have these 2 and this 1, and that makes 2 plus 1, 3 cups. Ooh, this is a lot of math. These are tricky. 12 quarts plus 2 quarts made 14 quarts. So I have 14 quarts and 3 cups. For these ones, you might need some pictures drawn. It's going to be multiple steps. Just make sure that you check what units you're adding and what units you have as your answer. Okay? If you have any questions or trouble, please make sure that you ask during your Zoom classes or you email or message your teacher.